suggestions of how to cope, and also encourage us to be determined to get our education, because once you get your education, no one can take that away from you, regardless to who you are. With the atmosphere that's going on now, it's real sad, but hopefully I can share some experiences that might be able to help some individuals have a better understanding of what's going on. You don't know where you're going to go unless you know where you come from, and that's knowing the past. During the time that I attended school at Hopewell, all of the equipment that we had, our band uniforms, basketball uniforms, football uniforms, everything was secondhand. We didn't have much of anything that was new. Joe Johnson, who was our principal at the time, and he was our coach. He was our counselor, and of course our principal. He had 3 or 4 different jobs, but it was like a surrogate father to each one of the students. And of course, a lot of times we'd go over for practice of basketball or either football. There would be signs left for us, you know, negative signs, and we just ignore it. Well, at the beginning of my second semester, I wanted to come to this school. It had to be voted on. Of course, my father and I discussed it with them more. I didn't know why it had to be a vote, because I had a right to go to the school now. So we decided, since it was my last semester, senior year, to just go ahead and finish at Hopewell, which I did. And shortly after, Anthony Mays was a sophomore at that time, and Anthony decided that he wanted to try to go to school at Round Rock High School, but he was able to go and he graduated, and so proud of him for being able to do that. So that opened the door for other students. So it was a lot of obstacles, but it molds you, and it helps your character and your determination to, you know, go ahead regardless of the adversities you face. You keep trying.
There are some things that they need to fix here to make students feel more welcome and not feel so more different than other students.
So I just look at it like, you know, we're just labeled those type of kids in the school, and throughout the whole school year, it was just the same thing.
I haven't always felt like there was a sense of unity, and sometimes where there's unity, it's shallow unity. So I personally make it my mission to create unity and to create a sense of community. I think that sometimes we expect conformity of culture, and I think that it's important that we recognize different culture. We'd have a lot more success if we, instead of looking at the US as a melting pot where the different ingredients have to change form and be melted down and conform to create something new, if we looked at it like a nicely tossed salad where we valued the varying components, but nobody had to be crushed or melted down in order to fit in and create something beautiful. Sometimes I think students self-segregate out of protection. So I think that it will take intentionality and trust building to make students feel safe and accepted in our environment.
I want, like, at least the Black or Mexicans, whatever, them to like become more involved in more of the school.
And we hope to do more things in the future. I had a student approach me about a Black student union or a Black student association, and I think that's really a great idea, because hopefully they'll be able to advocate and make sure that when decisions are being made, they're being made with the consideration of diverse populations of students as well.
Like, we look good when we're Black, and that Black is beautiful, and that it's good to be different.
I got the idea to start the Black Student Union over the summer. I had attended a conference that a speaker came and spoke about activism and starting, being a participant in activism in her community. So I guess that's what started the spark of thinking about the Black Student Union and wanting to start it at Round Rock. The Black Student Union is an organization for African American students and anyone who wants to be involved to come and talk about issues they feel have affected their life or affected the community around them, and their outlook on it and their opinion.
It's pretty much just a safe space for minorities and other people to just come together and learn about Black culture and like the issues that we face here in the Round Rock community.
Something that's really special about Black Student Union, and that helps build a culture of community within our group, is that we try to make sure that we do a hot topic where it's student generated.
I help create Hot Topics, which is a way to bring up race and bring attention to race, because I feel like it's an important thing to talk about.
Sometimes it's something upbeat and fun and funny, but a couple times it's been pretty sad to hear how isolated our students have felt on our campus, and how they may have felt at times that people prejudge them because of the color of their skin.
I'm glad to see them finally, organize something. During the time that my niece was going to school here, they did have a little organization. They tried to organize, but they weren't able to completely get that done, what they wanted to do. It helps to make you stronger. It helps you be able to evaluate situations a lot quicker.
Even just sitting in the meeting sometimes, not really controlling the meeting, but just hearing people speak. And I've learned a lot, and I've learned how to deal with situations from topics that we've talked about.
It's very important that they have a resource to go to and discuss their issues and let it be known so some changes can be made.
I think that when you're in an environment where you are marginalized or your existence is minimized, it's incredibly important that we have these kind of groups to help with the formation of, great self-esteem. And these are the years when your self-esteem is formed and you become the vibrant, confident person that you're going to be in your adult life. So this will help them to understand who they are and become who they really want to be. You are beautiful, you are smart, you are intelligent, you are who you want to be. So with this being Black History Month and the movie Black Panther having such a large amount of success and promotion within the area, this would be a great opportunity for the Black Student Union to do something cohesively as a group. So I decided that I would purchase tickets for them to go see the movie, and told them about the campaign and how important it is for our community to be involved in our city government. And I asked them to let their parents know that I was running, and apparently they did. They got the word out and I got elected.
We live in a predominantly white neighborhood, and in my elementary school I grew up with predominantly white people, so I never really got to embrace my culture, and I started meeting more people that were of my culture and started learning more of that, so I wanted to join BSU.
And it's not just for African American students, it's for students of any race, any color to come and speak their mind and give their opinion, but also listen and understand where we come from.
I think that sometimes when you do not look like other people in your classroom, you pass people in the hallway and you may not think that you have shared experiences, but these activities show our students that a lot of the things that they experience are shared.
I can't tell you the unity there is in being with someone who looks like you and shares the same experiences as you. Sadly, sometimes they're negative experiences, but a lot of times they're positive experiences. Black culture and music and just movement and verve and excitement. It's empowered students to come together and to feel and be represented on our campus. It's still early, so I think Black Student Union is still developing into what it will eventually become, but it's been a great experience.
Often there's an assumption that if I'm celebrating one particular culture that I'm diminishing another, but this organization works very hard to debunk that myth, because just because I'm celebrating my culture does not mean in any way that I'm diminishing yours. I want to facilitate and celebrate both.
When other people of different races come, it shows that they care, or it shows like they have an interest on how we feel or our opinions about the hot topics that we talk about during the meetings. It is geared towards African American students, but I feel like it is a place where anyone can come, just like everyone celebrates Black History Month, and not only is it for Black people, any and everyone can celebrate.